Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Wahawah Chakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me this truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, Shalom Laha Bakayim. That means peace to the elect. You brothers out there across the globe pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. All right, to the best of your abilities. And to you sincere sisters who hearken as well. All right, peace, love, and blessings. Chaya here back with another Hebrew video. All right. Of the day, Ibaryath Yawam. Okay. And we're gonna go into the word sword. All right, we're gonna go into the word sword, which in the Hebrew is Chaarab. All right, so I'm gonna just bring out a couple precepts and then we'll just go ahead and get into it. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40. It says, "And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." Okay, so Genesis, the 27th chapter, is going into the blessings of Esau and Jacob, okay, which today is the so-called white man and the so-called black man, all right, which are Edomites and Israelites, more specifically according to the Bible, all right, but this is going into their blessings, okay, and I'm not going to go into the whole history. You can go ahead and read it yourself, but Esau, all right, who, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Shah, we've identified today as the so-called white man, all right, the red man, all right, Esau and his seed line, Esau, Edom, and his seed line, they've been blessed with the power of the sword, all right. So for today's lesson, like I said, that's just what we're going to go into. So let's go ahead and find the word sword in the interlinear, all right. So this is H2719.
Strong's H2719. Charev. Charev.
Okay. And the Hebrew word is Chaarab. Okay. Hebrew is read from right to left, not left to right, like these other languages. Okay. So and this is the Assyrian Hebrew, by the way. Okay. This isn't the Paleo. This is the Assyrian. Okay. Which was created by these heathen nations. Okay. Going into, also us discontinued from our heritage, you could tie that in as well. And, confounding the languages. So that way, yeah, we did discontinue from our heritage. All right. But this is the Assyrian Hebrew. All right. So from right to left, the character is Cha. The middle one is Ra. And the last one is Ba. Okay. So Chaarab. Chaarab. Okay. You wouldn't pronounce it Charabah. You would pronounce it Chaarab. All right. So outline of biblical usage, it says sword, knife, tools used for cutting stone. And then in the Strong's definition, it says Chaarab, draw it, also a cutting instrument from its destructive effect. Okay, because that's what a sword essentially is. All right, it's a tool used for destruction. All right. Back in the ancient world, we fought with swords. We fought with spears. We fought with shields. Okay. We fought with our slings. All right. It says from its destructive effect as a knife, sword, or other sharp implement, axe, dagger, knife, mattock, sword, tool. Okay. So let's go ahead and look up the etymology of the word sword. All right. Now, this is Etym Online. Let's see what it says here. It says sword, noun, Old English, sword, or sword, West Saxon. Anyway, it says sword. I'm reading the ones in quotation marks. It says a sword, German sweran, to hurt, from swerda, literally the cutting weapon. All right, to cut, pierce. All right, and that's exactly what the nation of Edom, okay, rules by. All right, that was his blessing, to rule by the sword, to live by the sword. Okay, and a sword isn't only just talking about a literal sword, because when you Slakia, when you hear the word sword, okay, this is the first thing that typically pops up in your mind, right? Like a sword, but a sword can actually be, really anything used to kill. Okay. Now, in the case of Esau Edom, the red nation, all right, his sword is not only this sword, all right, but you have guns, Okay, you have top grade military machinery and equipment. All right, like these planes that drops missiles. All right, you got submarines that shoots missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, you also have philosophy, which is one of his strongest swords. Okay, Esau Edom has controlled the mind of the people, renaming the nations. You know, he speaks blasphemies against the Most High and the Son and the Holy Spirit, blasphemies against Israel. All right, so yeah, man, the Esau Edom. All right, he's the sword, man. He lives by the sword. All right, the sword isn't just, you know, a weapon that looks like this. Okay, the sword could also be a philosophy, man. All right, because when somebody is able to what, cut or pierce, okay, your brain, which he's been doing this for a long time with our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that too is, you know, a usage of the sword, living by the sword. Okay, so that was the point on that. And toward the end of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and write it in the paleo. All right, but I pretty much touched the point. That's all I really had to do on this. Okay, so the Hebrew word is Chaarab. Okay, outline of biblical usage. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and post the paleo.